Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing my June favorites and fails, where I go over all my beauty, lifestyle, book recommendations, and things that I didn't care for the month of June. I know a bunch of you were asking, because June's ending, where my mid-year favorites is, and that is coming up as well. So stay tuned for that. It's coming shortly after this video where I round up everything for the year so far and what I've loved. But I want to get up my June favorites first. We have a lot of stuff here and you're going to be seeing some of these actually in my mid-year favorites as well. So without further ado, let's hop into this monthly favorites. And if you have not subscribed already, I would love for you to hit the red subscribe button, the bell if you want to be notified of all my future videos. And let's go ahead and jump into this month's favorites and fails. I always try to wear and use my favorites in my monthly favorites. And I'm actually going to start off with hair, just because it's taking up so much room. It's still a little bit hot, and I want to get it out of the way before I burn myself on it. And it is a hair waver. And I've actually mentioned one that looks like this before, the pink and black, got from Amazon in case you're curious. This is the 32 millimeter, and before I recommended the 25. So I used to use that. That gives tighter waves to the hair. This one definitely gives looser wave look to the hair. Anytime I've had my hair wavy lately, it's been the 32 millimeter, and I wanted to mention that first in this video because every time my hair has been like that, you guys have been asking. It's the one from Amazon. I like these pink ones. I know they have a white one, but I prefer these pink ones more for some reason. And they come in a bunch of different sizes. So if you want a tighter wave, you can do that because that's where I started with first. But right now I'm loving the biggest size they carry just to give me that super beachy looking hair. For hair as well, if I want it to be really messy and beachy, I like to add a texture spray. I haven't done that yet because normally I do that for second, third day wavy hair, and this is freshly done. When I want to add a bit more texture and not have it so smooth, I will use a texturizing spray, and I really like this one from Orbe. It's their dry texturizing spray. I've had this for quite a while, but only recently really got into texture sprays because my hair has enough texture usually as is, but since I've been using another hair product, my hair has been really nice and smooth lately, so sometimes I really do need to add that texture to my hair to just give it the look I want and to hold things a certain way. So this is a great texturizing spray if you're looking for one. I love the smell of all Orbe products, so highly recommend this. The last hair product I have here is from K18, and it's their leave-in molecular hair repair mask. And I only got the mini because I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it. I've heard really good things about this. Also, a couple people told me they didn't quite care for it. I have a lot to say about this, but overall, it's actually been really good. I was worried at first that I was gonna be in the camp that didn't care for this, and it took me 3 times straight, which it recommends to use in your hair. 3 shampoos, you put this in instead of conditioner, and you leave it in for 4 minutes before you go and do anything else. So I did that for 3 shampoos in a row, but it honestly took me that long to see the smoothness this gives and the softness, but it really does make a difference. And at this point now, I don't have to use it every wash. They don't recommend it after your first 3 uses. And it has made a difference in my hair to the point where I honestly feel like sometimes it's a little too soft. So that's why I've been adding in texturizing spray. But I really, really love this. My hair just looks better, feels better after using this. And I do find it looks best, which I can see why a lot of people say this, the times they do use this. So when you get to a point where you don't have to use it every wash, I do feel like my hair looks obviously the best when I have a day that I get to use this, and on the days that I don't, it doesn't look as good, but it still maintains that softness from having used this and my hair adjusting to it. So I really like it. Recommend going with the mini like me before you invest in the full size, because even the mini is quite pricey, honestly, but it's made a big difference in my hair. Really easy to use. Highly recommend. I feel like we're going backwards today. For fragrance, I have been really enjoying this new one from Sol de Janeiro. I picked up all 3 of the new ones they came out with, but this is by far my favorite. It's the Sea and Soul. The notes of this are incredible. We have at the top juicy citrus, tangy starfruit. In the middle is pink pepper, fresh violet, and on the dry down bottom base notes is ocean musk and white driftwood. For me, it's the starfruit in this, but it smells like a blue raspberry. And it smells so, so good. I've been reaching for this a lot. I threw this in my beach bag the other day when I was going to the lake. Love that these are plastic, the size. These are perfect to chuck in with my beach bag and just give a light mist to the body to freshen up throughout the day. And that scent is my second favorite probably that Sol de Janeiro does now. It is that good to me. If you have not checked it out, like similar scents to me, that one's a beautiful fruity scent. The only downside of those sprays, they don't last a long time. They're just a nice light mist and you do have to reapply, but it doesn't bother me because sometimes I don't want anything too heavy. Like when I go to the beach, I don't want to be smelling like patchouli and flowers and something just like super heavy. I want something nice and light and fresh, citrus, fruity, you know, everything that this spray is. So really, really like that. And then for skincare, before we get into makeup, which so many good makeup products, these I've gotten into so much and I feel like I notice a difference in my skin. So the first thing I picked up was based on your recommendation, and it is one of the sunscreens you guys told me to pick up. And for me, I have an issue with sunscreens breaking me out. That's my number one issue. And I wanted something that was nice and thin to lay underneath makeup. And you guys said that this would work out really nicely, and it has. Haven't had any sort of issue with breaking out from this. So this is from Ulta MD. It's their UV Clear Broad Spectrum SPF 46 tinted sunscreen. It has UVA and UVB protection. And this is good for skin types prone to acne, rosacea, and hyperpigmentation, which I do get redness, hyperpigmentation, but also acne from sunscreens. Otherwise, I never have an issue with acne. And this one is great because it does have that tint, so you can just use this. Not going to provide too much coverage, but it is tinted. I don't even want to waste it because I feel like this is almost done. And this just wears beautifully underneath makeup. It's super thin, and you can also wear this on its own. It fulfilled everything I wanted in a sunscreen. So to all of you who recommended this to me, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so happy to have a facial sunscreen that doesn't break me out. The only other one that I have currently that works for me is the Dr. Jart, but that one's super thick, and I don't like wearing that one underneath makeup. On days when I do wear makeup, this is the one that I'm reaching for, and on an everyday basis, the Dr. Jart is nice because it has that redness corrector to it, and it almost looks like foundation on my skin, like a tinted moisturizer. So I reach for that one when I want a tint. Like this does have a tint, but that has like a tinting coverage for my skin. This one's just good for an everyday under makeup sunscreen. Then Drunk Elephant sent me a big package, and I've been testing out a couple of their products. I don't like to incorporate too much at once, but these were the things that I reached for first, and I love both of these products. The first product is the C Tango Multivitamin Eye Cream. This firms and brightens. I do notice a difference in how bright my under eyes are. I don't know if you can go back to some of my tutorials and just see underneath my eyes. I have an age spot underneath my eye, which I feel is a little less noticeable since using this. So I do feel like this really does a good job at brightening the skin, and I've been really enjoying this for my eye cream. It's good underneath makeup. Love the packaging and how you just twist it, pops open, and keeps the product nice and fresh because there is vitamin C. Light won't penetrate this to ruin the formula, so it's a really fantastic packaging for vitamin C. And then for at night, I've been incorporating a facial oil, and I haven't been using one. I've just been using my Glow Recipe moisturizer, and this just took my skin to a whole nother level. It is the Virgin Marula Luxury Facial Oil, and I just feel like my skin looks more plump and hydrated, super smooth when using this. And I also like to use this when I do my gua sha, so it just glides over my skin a lot better. So really love this facial oil. Highly recommend. A little goes a very long way. 2-3 drops is all you need, and it just gives you healthy looking skin. Is the best thing that I can say for this. Glowy, healthy looking skin. Now for makeup, I have a lot of stuff here. One of my top picks, this is hard to say, this is up there for top, but I have so much good, I can't even pick. This is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray. I just got the mini, but this leaves your makeup like it's worn for a couple hours, which for me is the best look for makeup, is when my natural oils come through and everything melts together. This just melts it right away, and I don't look powdery at all. The Charlotte Tilbury I find is good for a more matte look. This one definitely adds that glow to the skin, which I'm wearing right now, but I love that about it. It's different enough to warrant both setting sprays for me. And if you want long wearing but a little bit of glow, that lived in makeup look, which I personally am a huge fan of, Highly recommend this. A contending setting spray for me. Different than Charlotte Tilbury though, for sure. That one's super locked down because it's not going to give you the glow that this gives. This one still wears a decent amount of time, locks everything in, but it has that glow. So there is a big difference between the two for me personally, having now used this. And I need the big size. A tried and true product that I've mentioned before but wanted to give a little shout out in this video because I always repurchase this every summer, and it's from Essence. It's their Lash Princess mascara. It's in the waterproof version. So this is a great mascara on its own, super inexpensive. You can get Essence at Shoppers Drug Mart. Has a great wand to it, builds the lashes, volume, length, everything you could want, but this doesn't transfer on my eyes. I can go swimming, dive in the water, and my mascara is not going anywhere. It's a true waterproof mascara for me. Highly recommend. Sweat-proof, waterproof, whatever proof. This is going to stay on your eyes. Another drugstore favorite, which I have to mention, is from CoverGirl, and it's the blush in Pink Candy. And I discovered that this was a dupe for the Dior blush, which is super popular. I'm not going to swatch it here because I did a whole TikTok and reel that you can see on Instagram or TikTok where I swatch this blush and compare it to the Dior. And in the pan, doesn't look as close, but on application and swatch, identical on my skin. So if you're looking for a drugstore affordable alternative, cruelty-free, CoverGirl, check this one out. Gives that baby doll pink look to the cheeks, which I kind of have on now through another blush, which I'm going to show you. Very similar to this blush I'm going to show you next, and also a dupe for that Dior. So for the blush that I'm wearing on this part of my cheeks, it's the one from Kylie Cosmetics, and huge fan of these pressed powder formulas in the blush formula and the bronzer. So this is the new formula that she has that I hadn't tried before. I did a whole video trying out the new formula of Kylie Cosmetics, and I'm really impressed with these two blushes. This is what I've been wearing most days on my cheeks. I put Baddie on the Block on the back portion of my cheek, and then Winter Kissed on the front. It's a perfect blush combo. Love these two shades. If you like that baby doll pink look like that Dior blush, CoverGirl, this is the perfect blush for that. That's the one that Kylie actually uses, not the Dior. She uses her own brand, which makes sense, right? And then Baddie on the Block, which is my personal favorite. I love this kind of coral peach, slightly pink tone to the cheeks. Absolutely beautiful. And then the bronzer as well, because the tone of this, perfect neutral tone for when I have a tan in the summer. It just complements my skin tone well. Looks really, really deep in the pan, but a light hand on my skin and it works. It is gorgeous for the undertone alone. Formula is great, but the tone of this is something different than what I've found in any other bronzer. Really, really special. Then some lip products. I have been obsessed with coral lips. I love the shade from Sephora Collection. It's their cream lip stain in number 9 Watermelon Slice, and I've been wearing this a ton. Even more than nude lips is this color. It's just so bright and vibrant, and the key to colors like this is the lip pencil I'm going to share with you. I also picked up this lipstick based on a subscriber recommending. It is from MAC Cosmetics, and I haven't purchased a MAC lipstick in what feels like years. This is Tropic Tonic. It is a matte formula, and this is also a coral shade. This one is more neon pink, and this one has more of that orange coral to it. Both shades so pretty and pair really nicely with the MAC lip pencil in Beat. This is a holy grail color for me. It just goes with everything, and you wouldn't think this color would pair with these, but it works. With pinks, corals, any of those neon colors, Beat just works with it. It gives you that definition and the contrast, which plays so nicely with these colors. And I just highly recommend it. If you're looking for a lip pencil to go with some bright shades this summer, MAC Beat will be your best friend. And then lastly, we have palettes. This was my first experience with Lunar Beauty. I purchased both of these products, and this is the Nude Prism collection. We have the Nude Prism blush and then the Nude Prism eyeshadow palette. Both stunning. This eyeshadow palette though, the colors of this are so gorgeous. That middle row, you can use a brush and apply to your eye, and it looks like it does in the pan. You don't need to add Fix Plus. You don't need to use your finger. The formula is that good, and the mattes are beautiful, like the tones. You can create so much variety. I'm wearing this on my eyes today with one shade from another palette I'm going to share with you, but highly recommend this. And then also the blush palette. Tons of beautiful colors in here. You got those bright pops, more everyday, can mix and match. Love the different kinds of finishes you have in here. Just a beautiful formula too. I can't get enough of this. But on my eyes, the lid shade I have from this eyeshadow palette. And it is one of the pressed pigments, the shade Paloma. This is from the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Nouveau palette, which I did a whole review and tutorial on if you want to go check that out. But this has also been something I've been really excited for. Super stunning. It's even more beautiful in person. The camera does not do this justice. It is so pretty. I've been having so much fun just with the color scheme in this. The greens mixed with that purple I just think is super unique. This just adds to my makeup collection personally. So I have been thoroughly enjoying this palette as well. And that's all my loves. I didn't finish a book this month. Haven't been reading. And I do have a couple fails, which it actually hurts me to say this, but the new Makeup by Mario products, they just didn't work out for me. The Skin Perfector and then the Balm one. The shimmer one was worse for me, honestly. It was just too chunky and glittery. If it had less of the highlight, I think I would have really liked it. If it was more than half of the bronzer with the translucent, just a little bit of that highlight, I think it would have been perfect for me, honestly. It just didn't look good on my skin. I just couldn't get it to work. I tried different ways to use it lightly, just it accentuated things I didn't want to accentuate, so I didn't like that. And also the balm, it wasn't as bad as the Skin Perfector, but compared to other things I use, it just didn't compare for me. Slightly let down by that. I can see how so many people like it and the use that they would have. It just, for my personal preferences, it just didn't live up to what I would need, and that's why it just didn't work out. Not bad products in the slightest, just honestly personal preference is what that led down to. So those are my favorites and fails for the month of June. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed filming it. We have a long one here. As always, I would love to know what you guys have been loving for the month of June in the comment section below. So leave those down below. Let me know what you recommend, what you love. I always love reading the comments and interacting with you guys in that section. Thank you guys so much for tuning into my video today, for spending some time with me. If you have not already, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button, the bell if you want to be notified of all my future videos, and I will see you guys in my next video.